Hello and welcome from Salem State College's Center for Creative and Performing Arts. I'm Kathleen McDonald and I can't wait to tell you what's happening on campus, on stage this summer. Summer Theater at Salem is the professional arm of Salem State College's theater department. Now in its 14th season, Summer Theater will be bigger than ever, literally. We're headed from the Callan Studio Theater with 90 seats to the Mainstage Auditorium, 700 seats. And the musicals are the biggies. So how is Summer Theater at Salem headed from Rome to Greece without ever leaving Salem State? Director David Allen George will tell you. Most people on the North Shore know the name David Allen George, but if you don't, David is a professor of theater arts at Salem State College. He's also the founder and artistic director of Summer Theater at Salem, plus he's a friend. David is taking on his 14th year as artistic director of Summer Theater at Salem. David, what does it feel like to have the kind of success of 14 years of a thriving, alive, professional theater company?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very proud and extremely happy that the basic objectives of the mission, in my opinion, already have been reached. The first and foremost was to allow our student talent here at the college, as well as our faculty and staff who were so inclined to participate in Summer Theater without having to go out of state. Then the second major objective was to extend to our immediate North Shore audiences very reliable, quality theater at, I think, a very good price. And last but not least is to be able to bring in guest artists, people that are familiar, alum, which we only started about 4 years ago, and that was really successful.
Do you want to announce the season officially?
Okay, officially. We're going to open June the 20th with A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. The 1961 hit by Stephen Sondheim, which has gone through 3 major revivals, but right now we're the only theater in the entire 150-mile radius of Boston that's doing Forum. And then we're going to follow that right after the 4th of July weekend with Grease. A production that's bound to get people jumping up and down in their seats right here in this auditorium. A very, very lively production crew, let alone a wonderful cast. That's the season from Rome to Greece.
And Forum stars Peter Zachary.
Peter Zachary is an alum, a BFA from our program, with an MFA from the University of Florida in Gainesville. Peter is an equity actor. He has done an awful lot in not only the New York area, but also the greater Boston area, and has recently been teaching here at the college.
I heard some very funny stories about the audition process. Now, I know auditions are private, but are you willing to share?
Our callback situation started Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We weren't done until 5.
Wow.
We called back 59 people because there were so many wonderful, wonderfully talented people vying for roles in both of these musicals. Let alone, I was really flattered to have people come up to me and say, well, it's Summer Theater at Salem, and I've heard all about it. As a matter of fact, I saw productions last year. I want to be a part of it. And that just is really fulfilling. But that Saturday, we had, by 11 o'clock, 6 men over 60 years of age. I've not seen that at Salem, not at all. And I require age in Forum. These guys were terrific. I was so pleased with all of them. And in fact, we had a lineup of one of our BFAs, Alan Mayo. He's an equity actor. He has returned to the Boston area. He's doing quite well, and God bless him. But Alan was in a line, and 3 other men that I'd never met before, all of them older. And that's quality for these kinds of characters in Forum. All that I wanted them to do was sing Comedy Tonight, the hit show, the hit number. They're taking off as a chorus of 7 guys, and before I know it, in one of the lyrics, a gentleman singing No Place for Kings, No Place for Crowns, and he brings out one of these McDonald's crowns out of the blue, puts it on his head, and then throws it away. Well, right away, that's a good sight gag, and I'm going, clever. Then, at the end, when they reach the Comedy Tonight, right after Tonight, Alan Mayo drops his trousers in the middle of the audition. And he's wearing these colorful boxer shorts with smiles on them. You know, and you want to go, I have to work with you. Not only can you sing and you can dance, but you dropped your trousers in the middle of a comedy number. It was terrific.
So he got the job.
He got the role. Well, of course. I just told him, I said, make sure you bring the underwear. It was just a terrific day. And despite the fact that it started at 10 a.m. and went all the way until 5, we didn't have one person want to walk out. Everybody wanted to play some more. I just hope that the audience understands that you've got to have that kind of flavor. So why don't you, our audience, bring your energy into our house? I can't wait to entertain you.
David Allen George has been a legend for Salem State College for over 30 years. Now, fast forward from the classical era to the 1950s, where the cast of Grease will be doing a little bit of the hand jive on stage for you, and that will be choreographed by Joey Mirabile. He's been a summer favorite for several years now, and he's not only the choreographer, but he's the lead. I got to meet with him recently, and he tried to teach me a few of his moves. Joey, I think I know who wins the dance-off. Is it Danny?
Yeah.
I spoiled it. Danny wins the dance-off. Why do you think Grease is such a favorite with so many people?
Well, the thing with Grease is I feel like we can all relate to it. We've all had the summer romance. We've all had the high school romance. And, to go back to that feeling, seeing Grease, it's great.
So we know the story, we know the movie mostly, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. How is the classic Broadway original for the stage different from the movie?
Well, I gotta tell you that it's basically the same. The same story, the same characters, it's all the same, except there are a few different songs, and we are composing the songs to be jazzier, to be more upbeat and fun. And I gotta tell you that some of my choreography is more modern. That choreography is very, very 50s. I wanna spice it up a bit,
Okay, so it's spicy and new.
Yes, exactly.
Now, summer theater at Salem happens in a 30-day span, 2 major musicals. So what is a day in the life like for you in the middle of June?
It's going to be crazy. It's just going to be absolute insanity. I got to tell you that last year was my first experience with summer theater, and it was crazy. It was wake up at 8 o'clock, go to work 9 to 1, go to rehearsal at 1, all the way till about 10 o'clock at night. So full day.
Wow.
Full day. Yeah.
So will the hand jive be the same hand jive in every production we see everywhere?
Well, I would like to believe that it would be the same all the time because the hand jive is the hand jive, but I had a few friends see the production that's on Broadway right now, and they changed it. And I think to myself, how could you change the hand jive? So, yes, they're different, but we're going to do the classic hand jive.
All right, teach me.
Yes, let's go.
Let's do it.
So, start off a little crunch down like this.
All right.
Slap your thighs twice. Okay? Over, under.
Over, under. I got it.
Over the shoulder.
Ready? Here we go.
You can piece it together. Slow. Ready? 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Over the shoulder.
Hand jive.
Basically it.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Good job. That was
Born
good.
hand
That
jive.
was good. That was really good.
Luckily, Joey's the one on stage starring as Danny in Grease this summer, opening June 20th. I'll be in the audience. I hope you'll join me there. Joey's a talented young man and smart. He didn't try to teach me anything too difficult. Please join us for A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, opening on June 20th in the air-conditioned Mainstage Theater. And then for Grease, for a little bit of nostalgia for romance, opening on July 13th, running through July 20th. Buy those tickets online, salemstate.edu/arts, or call the box office at 978-542-6290, or just show up at the door. We've got 700 seats, and I promise that you can be seated in one of them. Thank you. Bye-bye.